What is up, YouTube? Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to replace your brake pads on your everyday vehicle. Let's get right into it and start your engines. Today, we will be changing the brakes on a 2012 Honda Odyssey. Let's get right into it. Make sure to clear your work area of any clutter for fewer distractions. Remove the key from the ignition, and in an automatic, put the car into park. For a manual, put the car into gear and gently apply the parking brake. You will not need to unlatch the hood, as this will not be necessary for this repair. Break the lug nuts loose on the tire first. Then, jack the car off of the ground and put jack stands underneath the frame near the tire you wish to work on. Remove the lug nuts the rest of the way, pull the tire off, and set them both to the side. Once you remove the tire, you will be met with a metal rotor where the tire used to be and a large brake caliper on the side of the rotor. Moving around to the back of this rotor, you will need to remove the bolts on the back side of the brake caliper. This will help you remove the brake pads. Remove these bolts using your adjustable wrench. Once these bolts are removed, then get a cord, rope, or some support to use for the caliper. As you pull the caliper straight out, you want then to find a place to rest the caliper or tie it up onto something. This help keeps the fragile brake line safe, as it could snap if you let it hang. Once the caliper is removed, then you can remove the brake pads. If there is a tension wire that is pushing your brake pads outwards, remove it. If not, then slide the brake pads away from the caliper on each side to remove the pads. Toss these old pads out, as you will not need them anymore. In your replacement kit, you should have gotten new brake pads and new brake pad brackets. To remove the old brackets, you just snap the old one out and snap the new ones into place the same way you pulled them off. Next, take your brake pads and slide them into your brake pad brackets, making sure that the circular shape of the brake pads follows the circular shape of the rotor. And also, make sure that the grooved rough side comes in contact with the rotor and not the metal side. Then, slowly slide the caliper back over the brake pads. If the caliper does not slide over easily, then grab a brake pad and a clamp, push the back of the brake pad on the circular piston on the brake caliper, tighten the clamp down, and push the piston in more. Then, slide the caliper over the brake pads and tighten down the bolts on the caliper. Put the wheel back on the studs and hand tighten the wheel, wiggling it back and forth while you tighten. Let the car off of the jack and tighten the lug nuts down back to their original positions as mentioned in the spare tire video. Once you start your car back up after the brakes have been replaced, make sure to pump the brakes many times before the brake feels as stiff as it was before. And that is how you replace your brake pads on your everyday vehicle. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out a lot, and see you all on the road.